Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm Shay Wilson, thinking big, living bigger, and loving the biggest. Good morning, March 28th, 2022. Good morning, guys. I'm gonna allow you to come on into the studio. Come on in, come on in. It is an amazing morning as usual. I am super excited about being here. As always, let me see what we got. Go into these studios and see. Let me see. Let me see. Yes, 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 yes. Jump on, jump on, jump on. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is March 20, and as you can see, my eyes are watering. It is spring. I love it, but my allergies, it is always a task. Mother Nature, man, Mother Nature is amazing. But listen, the pollen, the flowers, I love it, but it does not work with my allergies. And yet it is still a great day. So jump on. Let me see you. Let me see you. I want to know, want to know how you're feeling today. How you're feeling today. If you're on, I see you. Please let me know. How are you feeling today? Let's get it. Let's jump on this thing. Let's jump on this thing. All right. So today we're going to talk about what does it feel like to be in the flow of spirit, to be in the flow with God, to be under the influence, to be under the help or the guidance of inner being. And what does it look like? What does it feel like? What is it? How do we get into it? And one of the things that I tell people is that the biggest thing that I realize is that the spiritual practice of meditation really allows us to, first of all, be self-aware, but also the feeling tone and how God talks to us personally. And so as I settle myself into that, I have learned what the feeling feels like to be in the flow, to be in the zone, to feel good. And it may not be, everything may not be going great, but there's a feeling of all is well. There's a feeling of well-being. There's a feeling of it, even when things are happening around you that are not that are challenging. Okay, so how do we do it? I said, first of all, I said the meditation piece is huge, and I know many people can't sit and do meditation, but it could be 5 minutes where you are listening to music, where you are maybe just trying to sit still enough to practice hearing. And it could be 5 minutes, and sometimes you need a guided meditation. Sometimes you just need to be by water. Sometimes you are just moving in your garden. Sometimes you're just walking, and that helps you to start to kind of just settle in, to get a flow and a rhythm of this thing. And so what does it feel like? What words would I use? How else would I get into meditation? I said meditation. How else would I get into the flow of alignment? Would also be appreciation and gratitude. Appreciation and gratitude. Appreciation and gratitude. When we start the day off with those two things, appreciation, gratitude, one and the same. And meditation, you're already asking the universe, asking spirit that I want to be in alignment with you. I don't want to be out of alignment with you. When we know we're out of alignment is when we're in upset, when we have negative emotions. Now, negative emotions, that's a good thing. It shows us like a GPS system that we are not in alignment. So don't get upset. And listen, life causes us many times to have negative emotion, but the negative emotion indicates that you're not necessarily looking at it as God is looking at it, because life happens, situations happens. It's always, sometimes it's just, God, help me through this. I'm going to use God of my understanding. Help me through this situation. Help me to be here. And just the knowing that you're not by yourself, just the knowing that you may not understand the situation, just the knowing that this is a temporary feeling, just the knowing that something larger is happening. And it's a really tough situation to get there. So one of the ways you know that you're in alignment is that there's a feeling of clarity. You understand exactly what you need to do. There's a moment where you're in the flow. Yeah. Hey D-Love, there's a moment that you're in the flow of it. There's a friskiness when you're in alignment with the God of your understanding. When you're in the flow, there is a friskiness. There's an excitement about life. There is an enthusiasm that you're like, man, this is going really good. Now, nothing hadn't really changed on the outside yet, but you feel it before it's coming. You feel good. You feel good in your body. You're moving. You have the clarity and then the enthusiasm between the two. You're like, okay, this is good. This is good. You know it feels good, and so the appreciation and the gratitude and the centeredness. You feel it. You feel it. Okay. Now, what did I say when you know you have negative emotion about a situation? It's usually because you're not looking at it as God looks at it. We look at it from our point of view, and now we've gone into the ego, and we're upset about how someone moved, or we're upset because they're not doing it how we think they should do it, or we have all these different ideas. When we get to that point, or we're trying to be in control of a situation where we are not in control. You hear me? Trying to control other people, trying to do things, even good things, to get someone else to do something, we are out of alignment. Let me hear you. Let me say it again. Many times we do good things for people, what have you. So in order to maybe make us feel good externally, or to get someone else to do something that we want them to do, and then we get upset. That is not in alignment. Because we people say, I'm a giver. I had to realize why I'm giving, what I'm giving, and why, and make sure I understand the motivation behind it. If I'm not in alignment, it usually ends up that I will feel resentful or some kind of way, some kind of negative emotion after it if I don't get that proper response. You hear what I'm saying? That is manipulation. You may not feel, you're not trying to be manipulative, you're trying to do the right thing. But listen, that is manipulation. Always check why you're doing, why you're saying, what you're thinking in a situation. Is it in alignment? If you don't feel good about it, or if you're trying to get someone to do something for you or behave a certain way, because then you're out of alignment. Here we go. Alignment also feels there's an ease about things. That you feel ease, and there's a flow in life. So again, I said there's a friskiness. You're excited about life. There is a clarity. You feel clear about what you're doing and why you're doing it. There is positive emotions with it. Even in the midst of this, there's a sense of all is well. There's a sense of well-being. Any of this resonate with you? I see D-Love says yes, it's resonating with her this morning. I see people saying yes, it's resonating with you. Let me see what we got on the chat. Let me see if I can see your comments this morning. Yeah, there we go. Come back. All right, hey, Yvette, what's going on, Yvette? Feeling absolutely amazing. Appreciation late night, early mornings. Yes, Yvette, there we go. Come on in. Let me talk to you. Another one. You realize that it's you versus you. It's you and the God of your understanding versus you. We look at other people and we feel they cause me to feel bad. Remember, when you're in alignment, you take responsibility for you, how you are responding and how you are looking at the situation. Your perception, is it your perception from your old experiences, from your experiences from the past, or is it? Now, people will say, well, I need to use my past as a guide. Yes, but when you start maturing in things and your relationship with God, it's always growth-based. It's always love-based, always. And love is freedom. So the freedom part is when we forgive people and now we clear the slate. So now today is a new day. It's not based off of what has happened before, as opposed to just guiding and saying, this is good. I realize I feel good moving through this piece. and know it's hard, and know that it's going to get better, and know that it's going to get better. If it's helping someone this morning, come on with me. All right. You realize that you are in control of your space. That many times you realize that how much our lives are controlled by our thoughts. And many times when you become aware, this is where the meditation piece comes in. The meditation piece helps us to be aware of our thoughts, helps us to be aware of when we're not thinking in alignment with God. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to be happy, go lucky all the time. That does not mean that. What it does mean is that you have power in your sadness. There's a Greek that you have power in your challenges. You know that there's something better coming through. Now we're not talking about when you have a loss of a child or a grieving. There's a grieving process in that. But even in the grieving process, there's a love that undergirds you with this thing, that you go through the grieving process, that you don't understand, and you're allowing something bigger than yourself to carry you through that. Does that make sense? Come on. So you always are in power. Let's see, feeling absolutely amazing. Okay, that's the last one. Okay, come on with it. We'll talk about what does it mean? What does it look like to be in alignment, and how do we get in alignment? So if you're not in alignment this morning, how do you get in alignment? You simply ask. You get up in the morning. I told you it's the practices. Some of the practices that we have. The first one would be meditation. That means to settle ourselves down. The other one would be appreciation and gratitude, starting to express your gratitude and appreciation. The third thing is to begin to learn to ask for it. In the mornings, my thing goes as such. God, I want to feel good today. I want to be in alignment with you, which means I want to look at things how you look at it. I want to be in the flow of life today. I don't want to push against anything. I know that everything is going to work out for me. I know that all is well. So I'm going to move through this. I know that abundance is here because I'm asking for God. I want to see the miracles in life. And for me, a miracle is a shift from fear to love. That means I may do some things today that I've never done before, because that's the path that I need to go to get to there, because that's where my intuition has given me an impulse to move that way. I want to love big today. I mean, I don't want to be afraid to be kind to someone today. Let's see. I want to see with brighter eyes today. I don't want to see with weary eyes, with past hurt eyes, with past trauma eyes. I want to be the best that I can be today, which means I want to acknowledge that my body is doing what my body should do. I haven't done too much to help it in a lot of ways, but I'm going to do that today. Yes, I mean, you want to start asking and talking and saying it out loud, who you want to be today, how you want to move. I don't want to be afraid to live today. Yes, that's a practice, because that's a heavy lift to be able to see through some difficult. Yes, and the reality of it is that we look at things from past, and we keep, even though that has not happened in a long time, we keep basing it off of that. And then when we talk about being a new creation, renewing our mind, that is it. A lot of times our mind is based off of how we live right now. It's based off our experiences. And yet when we want something new, we cannot base everything off of our experiences from the past through negative lenses. That's why many people won't do a lot of things today, because they have had experiences in the past. And we're saying, well, that was it. Let's keep moving. What do you want to do? Who do you want to be? So the change is huge. We can change our situation at any point as soon as we decide that we want to change it. And we can be in alignment as soon as we say, God, I need your help. God of my understanding, source, universe, I need your help. I want to be this today. I want to have a good night's sleep today. I want to walk in my office today and be the thermostat and not the thermometer. I want to set the tone. When I go in, I want to be this. And so you start to talk yourself into into alignment, into opening up your heart. And again, I have cards that I do, and I'm going to close very quickly. This is one of the first beginning of talking about what does it mean to be in alignment? How does it feel? I want you to try to remember a time when you felt good. Things were flowing. Things were flowing. You were thinking on things that were good, that were edifying, that were positive, that were this. And people say, well, everything can't be positive and joy filled. I choose to look for solutions as opposed to ruminating on a problem, because I realize that the answers flow to me a lot easier when I am open and feeling good, as opposed to constricted, upset, talking about the issue over and over and over again, as opposed to saying, you know what, listen, that's not working for me. Let me settle myself down. Let me think about something that really makes me feel good, so that I can allow the answers to flow to me, the solutions to flow to me. This shirt is going to drive me crazy this morning. I have my workout shirt on there. Anyway, there we go. Okay, so you hear me? So one of the things, again, I have the affirmation I said, of gratitude and appreciation helps you get into alignment. Asking to be in alignment helps you get into alignment. I want to feel joy today. That's what I want to feel joyous today. So I would look for that. The third thing is affirmation cards, and I have these with me all the time. I believe our words have so much power that we really don't understand, that we can speak blessings over ourselves and others. We must also believe what we're saying. We must also embody what we're saying. All right, guys, that is my time. I'm about 3 minutes over. I hope this helped. I hope this got you juiced up for the day. I hope this got you marinating on how we are talking about iron sharpening iron here to get us into the mindset of being all that we can be today. I tell myself every morning, I can do this thing. I'm going to show myself that I can do this, that I can create the life that I desire. This is the work. Not only is it actual actions after a while, intuitive actions, inspired actions in alignment, but it's also believing that you can be who you desire to be, embodying that, walking in that. You too, D-Love, have a great day. Walking in that. Not just saying I'm going to change and we taking baby steps. No, I'm going to decide my behavior going to change. I'm going to do this. I'm going to pivot and go this way. And then I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to practice that way of being. Too many times we do affirmations, but we never embody or feel ourselves into that. I heard someone say you have to practice the emotional reality of being who you want to be. Practice the emotional reality. So if you want to change in your relationships, if you want to change yourself and recreate and reinvent yourself on the job, or you want to reinvent yourself in a career, it's practicing the emotional reality of it. Sitting down and envisioning and feeling how you want to feel. If you want more abundance in your life and you don't see it yet, but you practice, what would it feel like to have that type of money? What would it feel like to be that type of partner in this relationship? How would I move and practice that? What would it feel like to be the boss, the CEO? What does it feel like? How would I move? What does it look like? What would I be doing? What would I be doing if I had a best-selling book? What would I be doing? Those things. All right, guys. All right, let's get it. I can go on this all day long. What does it feel like to be in alignment? Ask yourself today. Ask God to help you. See if you can get there. Come on and let me know. Hit me up back in the comments later on today that you got this thing. All right, guys, have an amazing Monday. I'm Shay Wilson, thinking big, living bigger, and loving the biggest. Boom. Let's go, guys. Bye.